Okay, we're recording now, so you gotta be good. Otherwise, if you say something you shouldn't, it's gonna be used against you in a court of law. Just kidding. Alright. So, some of you already told me that the area of a circle is pi r squared. But, turn off the lights. Can you turn off the lights, Chad? Ooh. So, some of you already told me that the area of a circle is pi r squared. But where does that come from? Let me kind of show you.
Oh, drawing the square.
Let me kind of show you where it comes from. Is if I were to take a bunch of pieces of pi, okay? So, no pun intended. I'm meaning like not pi 3.14 by 3. So if I divided this circle all up into little slices, all right, like this. This is kind of how they do it in the. But they don't have to be equal. Okay? It doesn't matter. I'm kind of just showing you. Okay? And I take all these slices of pie and I arrange them. Okay? Now this is going to be hard to do with my little thingy, but here's one piece of pie, right? And then I'm going to take another piece of pie and put it over here. Okay, and take another piece of pie and put it over here. Another piece of pie. I had pizza last night for dinner. No, not last night. It was really good. It was aeas. I always get hungry when I do. But say I take all these. You guys like aeas?
I love aeas.
Okay, so it's expensive, but there's a reason, because it's good. All right. So anyway, if I arrange all these shapes, and I made these shapes skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, what shape would I more or less have? What does it kind of look like? More, maybe like a rectangle, maybe a little more like a parallelogram, okay? But what is the distance around this circle? What's the distance around this circle? Altogether, what is the circumference? Remember, circumference, not degrees. What circumference is what? What's your formula?
2 pi r.
2 pi r, right? And then, so what would this length of this space be down here? Half of 2 pi r. You understand that? If there's part of the circle and here's the other. So this would be pi times r. And what would this be over here? This is the radius, or r. So, if I want to find the area of this rectangle when I make these pieces skinny enough, what is the area? Pi times r times r again, which is r squared. And that's more or less one place, kind of a geometric way that you could derive the area formula for the area of a circle. Okay? And where is that used? It's used to find areas of circles. So it's kind of neat because when you work at aeas, you can figure out which is the best real pi, right? I can get the. I'm always debating between the 16-inch large and the 18-inch. What's it called? 18-inch.
Extra large?
No, they call it the dinosaur pizza or something like that. So let's look at that. So let's kind of look at a problem, because you're going to have actually a problem like this, and it's kind of nice to start with a real life problem. These pizzas are really expensive. Which is a better deal? Okay, I always use a coupon too because I'm cheap. Okay. Which is the better deal? An 18-inch dinosaur. That's what they call it. How do you spell dinosaur? A-U-R. A dinosaur is your item. Spell it out. Okay. For, I'm serious, $21. Okay. Or, that's with 2 toppings.
Damn.
I like that pepperoni. or a 16-inch large, okay? Let's figure this out. Next time I could be sure. 16-inch large.
You mean
or?
or? Yeah, you mean
Or, sorry, or.
Oh gosh.
Or a 16-inch large for $18. Okay? Which one do you think is a better deal?
16-inch.
Well, let's see. So the area, they're both two talking, okay? So the area for the dinosaur is going to be dinosaur. This is for dinosaur. Is equal to pi. 18-inch refers, I believe, to the diameter. Okay. So what's the radius of the 18-inch? 9 squared. Okay. So that's 81 pi inches. Okay.
That means 18 inches around.
Inches squared. No, that's not what it means. It means straight across. The area of a large is going to be pi times how many inches? 8 squared, which is 64 pi inches. Now, if I take those two numbers and I multiply them by pi, does anyone have a calculator handy where you can actually do that for me rather than me bringing it up? What do you get there, man? 81 pi. 81 times 2.
Oh, that's 254.
254, about 254 inches squared. What's 64 pi? 201 inches squared. And now I'm going to divide these by how much they cost. This is $21, right? Because this is going to give me inches per dollar, right? And divide this by 18. Could you do that for me, Maggie? 254.
11.17.
So this is what?
No, the 64-inch. This one down. Yeah, that one's 11.17.
11.17
Yeah.
inches squared per dollar. Okay? And how much am I getting for this one? 12.1?
Yeah, you know it's really 11.
12.11 inches
Get the
squared per dollar. So, yes. And the other thing is, like, I like to bring leftover pieces for lunch, you know? And so, you should get the dinosaur if you want to get more inches per dollar. So that's good. You know, you can tell those guys at Domino's, hey, you know, I need to, anyway. And that's not always the case. So, then we're going to go on to some other types of problems that you're going to see, which are a little more, find the area. So, the area of a circle is 20 pi. This should be easy, 20 pi. Find its radius. Alright? So, what you do is this can get people a little confused. So what you do is you go 20 pi equals pi r squared. And I should put units on here. Let's say square inches. What can I do with the pi?
Cancel them out.
Okay? So r squared, whoa. So r squared equals 20. How do I find r?
Find the square root.
Square root of 20, which is about equal to, if you do that on your calculator,
4.75.
you do? Is it 4.75?
No,
That's
it's
4.5
4.5 roughly.
Let's see. I'm trying to close this switch. I want to do it on my calculator.
I'll go.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
I want to do it on my cool graphic calculator. Look at that. So,
Oh, it's taking.
it doesn't take you.
Well, you full screen.
Second square. And, algebra. So, I'm going to go second square root, which is over here, of 20. and I get that is approximately 4.47. All right. So going back, the answer, well, should be about 4.47. That is inches. Right? So then going the other way, area 25. Now, what if I don't have a pi in it? Okay. So say, for example, I have, let's go down, the area of a circle is 20 centimeters squared. Okay, and I say find two more problems. Okay, find the diameter, and usually they'll say something like to the nearest tenth. To the nearest tenth. Okay? So I'm going to take 20 again and set that equal to what? Set it equal to what? Just like I did in the last pi r squared. But in this case, I have no pi to divide. I have no pi to divide away on both sides. So first thing I have to do is take 20 and divide it by pi, and then I take the square root of that answer. Okay, so r is going to be equal to the square root of 20 divided by pi, and it's better to leave all this stuff in your calculator. Like, you don't want to do 20 divided by pi and get a rounded off answer and then take the square root of it. It's better to do it all at once in your calculator. So if I were going to do that, watch, okay, I could just go 20 divided by second pi. Where's pi? Up there. Actually, I should have put it in square root first. But with this type of calculator, you could just take that answer, and then if I go second square root, second answer. So how many of you have this kind of calculator? You do. And with most of them, even with a regular scientific calculator, they let you plug that in. So that radius is going to be about 2.5 centimeters. Okay? Okay? Oh, but that's not, that gives you what? That's the radius, right? And remember that that's the radius is about 2.5, and I'm asked for the diameter. So what do I have to do? Times that by 2. So the diameter equals about 5.04 or something like that. To the nearest tenth, it would be 5, right? Centimeters. Questions? And if they say leave an answer in terms of pi, then so this would be like 20 pi inches squared or something like that. That's the answer in terms of pi. One last thing, and then we'll be done. Okay? Yes, sir.
Because in the answer it says 20 centimeters squared.
Centimeters squared, right?
What happened to the square?
Because you're finding the radius, right? A radius is a length of something, right? It's not square. Areas are square. Lengths are just single units. When I took the square roots, I unsquared the square. Is basically what it is. All right. Last one. To have something like this. Find the area. Find the area of a circle with circumference of 10 pi. Okay? So this one's going to require you to take 2 steps. So you know how to do this?
I think so.
Go ahead, tell me.
So once you divided by 2, which is away.
Almost. Not quite. If 10 pi is the circumference, what's another way to write the circumference? What's the formula for circumference?
Oh.
Savannah.
Wait, so it's pi r squared?
No, that's not circumference.
I know,
What's the
but then
circumference?
you flip it over now.
No.
Oh.
What's the circumference?
Oh, wait. Oh. 2r pi.
Yeah, 2 pi r. Okay, we call it 2 pi r. You could say 2 pi. What happens to these things? They go away. So now I have 2r equals 10, so r equals?
R equals 5.
R equals 5. So now what I need to do is plug into my area formula. Here I use the circumference formula. Now I know that area equals pi r squared. So I'm going to take that 5 and put it in here. So I have A equals pi times 5 squared, which is
25 pi.
25 pi. Okay, and if, let's say this is inches. So this would be inches squared. And this is an exact answer. If they say round to the nearest tenth, then you take 25 times pi. Whoops, not raised to the base. 25 times second. Where's pi up here? Pi. And then I would get about 78.53. Okay? Are there any questions? Okay. So,